Now that we know the consumer's going strong buying lots of big-ticket items, I think it's time to check in with Brunswick Corporation, BC for all you home gamers, a member of the Mad Money Gatsby Index, because this company makes so many playthings for the ultra-rich, but also pretty much for a lot of moderates. Brunswick is the world's #1 maker of recreational boats on Earth, including everything from fishing boats like my own 17-foot Boston Whaler that you will never get from me because I love it, to boat engines as well as billiard tables and fitness machines. Talk about toys for the wealthy, though. Still, roughly 3/4 of the company's sales are boat-related. Now, Brunswick reported last week, and the company hit it out of the park, delivering a 6-cent earnings beat off a 27-cent basis, higher than expected revenues that rose 13.5% year-over-year. Particular strength in their boat segment, which was up 23%. Even better, management gave strong guidance for 2015, which is a big reason why the stock jumped from 51 to 55 the day it reported. Now, Brunswick's been a huge winner for us. Stock's giving you a 34% return with dividends since we last spoke to the CEO nearly a year ago. You know what? I think it can keep climbing. Let's take a closer look with Dusty McCoy. He's the chairman and CEO of a great American company, Brunswick, to hear more about the quarter and where his company's headed. Mr. McCoy, welcome back to Mad Money.
Jim, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
You know, Dusty, I find that when I'm on the conference calls, maybe they don't know, maybe they're not Brunswick owners like I am of a great boat. They always seem to think that you're one quarter away from just the big tip over and that everybody who has a boat wants a boat. But I've been looking at charts about how many people who want boats and also about where the cycle's been in other times. And, you know, we can show the chart, but it looks like that there are way, way more boats that can be sold.
Absolutely, Jim. Before the recession, we were selling around 310,000 new units. The recession hit us and we sold 135,000 new units. Now we're back to 170,000 units. But what's happening is the recovery is very, very uneven. We have boats like pontoons that are well above pre-recession levels. Okay. There's one indicator I ought to always hit. Used boats, which are trading hands at higher numbers today than they were prior to the recession. So people still want a boat. They want a different boat. But what's changing is people are looking at boating differently, and they want a boat that fits new and different lifestyles. So we have pontoons that are well above recession levels, aluminum fishing boats that are now back at recession levels. And then we have some types of boats that haven't gotten there, but we found when we introduce boats in those size ranges with new and different attributes, we can't make enough of them.
Well, let's talk about that because several times on the conference call, and I always like to reference the conference call because it's where the kind of genesis of the next 10 points it comes from. There are people who are basically saying, you know what, is the demand really that great? And your response is?
We're sold out. And we have models that are sold out for over a year.
And so it's a waiting list to get some of your...
Absolutely.
Now, how about a 42-foot Boston Whaler? Is it hard to get one of those?
You know, it's going to be very hard. We've just started to make them. Right. We had to build a new plant, Jim, in order to build the boat. We introduced it at the Fort Lauderdale Boat Show in October. So if you want a 42-foot Boston Whaler, you need to get your order in quickly because we're going to get filled up.
Now, I saw some numbers. Who's buying all these boats in Europe? I mean, all we ever hear is Greece, and Europe's been bad, and your numbers are great.
Our numbers are great in Europe, and a couple of things happened there. We introduced a lot of new product for Europe. We had a lot of product that hit white space, and we took share. And the people who are buying them are from the Nordic regions, and then there are selected individuals throughout Europe who, no matter what the economy is, have the money and want the product. And we've introduced so much new product, we've really begun to hit the mark in those markets.
The numbers that up 27%, I mean, incredible. Now, bowling, namesake.
Our namesake.
Pretty much gone.
It is, yes.
Why?
Well, first, nothing was for sale at Brunswick, but we were approached by Bowmore AMF about our bowling retail operations. And Jim, I had the opportunity to be with you, I don't know, several months ago, and I talked about the fact that we thought bowling was going from a recreational activity with leagues to an entertainment activity.
Totally. Brooklyn Bowl, man, is one of the most fun things I do.
Absolutely. Well, we were going to have to convert lots of centers in order to make it happen. We'd run pilot projects. We knew what we needed to do. We knew what the capital was going to take. And Bowmore AMF offered us more than we thought it was worth in our hands with the changes we had to make. So being a good steward of our shareholders' value, we made the decision to sell.
But now you do have a lot of cash. I like a story that has great product and great growth, which is what you have. But you're also a lot of cash on the balance sheet. Acquisitions, buyback, dividend, or just keep plowing it back in because you need more manufacturing given the demand you have.
Well, we'll maintain a certain level of cash because we're in a cyclical industry. But then the main thing we want to do with our money is plow back into the business. We're investing in growth. We look at capital expenditures to fund growth at about 4% of sales. R&D will be about 3% of sales, and that's how we're winning, Jim, with all the new product. We just need to keep the crank turning.
I think people are underestimating, the analysts are underestimating, and all I can say is because I have a Boston Whaler, maybe I'm overestimating.
Thank you.
It's one of the most favorite things I have in my life. So, sir,
Great.
Thank you so much. That's Dusty McCoy, Chairman, CEO of Brunswick Corporation. Guys, this stock may have just begun its move. Mad Money's back after the break.